Let's go through some of our sponsors. Thank you for sponsoring this game. To visit Landmark Implement, now with 16 locations across Nebraska and northern Kansas. To serve you, Members Owned Credit Union in Beatrice and Lincoln, Dale's Auto Electric, Husker Rehab in Beatrice, Fairbury, Nebraska City, and 3 locations in Lincoln. Krista Weedle with Brick and Mortar Realty in Beatrice, and Sapp Brothers of Philly, Crete, Lincoln, Hanover, Kansas. Thank you for joining us on Queepy's Facebook page. So glad we could bring you this game. And like I said before at the beginning of the broadcast, it's a win-win. You get to see what's going on a little bit, and also you get to hear the game like it's a radio broadcast. I'm going to actually move the camera a little bit over to the left so that you can see foul ground over in left, and that should be good. But like I said, thank you for joining me. I'm Kyle Mathas, filling in for Jake Bartecki today. 1-0 Beatrice through 2 innings. Winner to the state baseball tournament. Both of these teams made it last year. Beatrice looking for their 4th straight appearance after winning the state title in 2021. The Omaha Christian Mustangs looking for their 2nd straight appearance after they made it last year. Got a win, but lost 2 and were eliminated. So Nick Johannes makes it through the first 2. Cale Cook as well. Cook has had an easier time so far through the first 2 than Johannes. He's also been good at the plate as well. All right, so time to lead off the top of the 3rd inning. It's John Schinzel, the right fielder.
Number 17, John Schinzel.
Schinzel, so far this season, has had a good year. Goes by number 1 when they wear their other uniforms. This today, though, is number 17. Shows bunt and bunt straight back to Cook. Cook fields it and throws it to first in time. So an interesting play there. I think Schinzel tried to catch Cook off guard. Didn't work out. And there's one down quickly after just 1 pitch here in the top of the 3rd.
Baseman, number 16, Cole Cheatham.
So play is made unassisted by Cook. Cole Cheatham playing at second base. Takes one in there for strike 1. Great pitch. Cheatham goes by number 7, usually. Today's number 16. Nice pitch, just a tad outside. It's 1-1. Cheatham this season, the freshman, he's just a freshman, so he still has a lot of time and a lot of opportunity to get better, batting .200 on the season. Cracks one to short on the ground, fielded by Austin Baldwin. Throw to first, and what a play by Baldwin to make that throw off of his back foot and get the runner out. Cheatham's down, and there's 2 down quickly for Cook, which is exactly what Beatrice wants. Allow Cook to be out there as long as possible, their ace.
Number 9,
Ryan Stice comes up to the plate. He's the leadoff hitter in the order. Came up in the first and struck out to Cook. Cook's only strikeout. See if Cook can get through this 1-2-3 again. Pitch just up high at the white letters on that Omaha Christian jersey that says Mustangs in cursive. Here's the 1-0. Foul tipped back, and it's a 1-1. A ball and a strike, 2 down in the top of the 3rd. Beatrice up 1-0, courtesy of a sacrifice fly by Austin Baldwin back in the first to score Trayson Russell from 3rd. Nice curveball in there. Beautiful pitch by Cook. Right on the inside edge of the strike zone, makes it a 1-2 count. So Cook looking to get out of this inning with a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 1-2. Oof. Pitch up high and inside made Stice duck there, and it's 2-2. So Stice plays safety and quarterback for Concordia Omaha football. Swings and misses in the dirt. Picked up by the catcher Jobman, and the throw to first is in time. So there is the 2nd strikeout by Cook, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Cale Cook, his 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning. Beatrice up 1-0. Bottom of the 3rd we come. Beatrice trying to make it to the state tournament for the 4th straight season. We'll be back after this on Queeby. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for Beatrice Baseball here on the Queeby Facebook page. Glad we could bring you this action today. And the reason why we're on the Facebook today is because they are doing a remote currently on the Queeby radio station, so it ends up working out pretty well for us. I mean, you guys can see the infield pretty well and the outfield as well. So glad you're joining us here on Queeby. This game is brought to you by Homestead Land Company in Beatrice and Fairbury. Adams Optical Fashions in Beatrice. Sheer quality furniture. When you're ready for quality, you're ready for sheer. Solner Ford. Weigel's Jewelry. First State Insurance and First State Bank member FDIC. And Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for heavy machinery, ag equipment, truck trailers, and more. Visit codecurrency.com for details. So Cale Cook comes up to lead things off in the bottom of the third for Beatrice. He was up in the bottom of the second, but because the play was made on Gage Walter at second, he still comes up to bat. Swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. So Johanna is still out on the mound for the Mustangs. Off-speed pitch from Johannes. Good pitch to start things. Here's the second. That is just at the knees, but in the strike zone of Cook. It's 0-2 quickly. Johannes trying to get ahead on a good batter like Cook. No balls and 2 strikes. That one's outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Like I said, back in the bottom of the second, Cook led things off in the bottom of the first. Got on base with a base knock. Trayson Russell pinch ran for him and scored a run. Swing and a miss, outside and in the dirt, picked up by Nolan Sweat. And there's another strikeout from Johannes, his third of the game. Cook goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. So, last game, last night against Crete, Trayton Henning going 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, but only 1 run. That one earned. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Henning had a great game. Nolan Schmale came in there for a little bit. Cale Cook finished things out, pitching that last inning and finishing things off with 3 strikeouts to finish Crete off. First pitch in there for strike 1, 0-1 to Colin Magnall. Cracks one to short, picked up by Ryan Stice. It's going to be a tough play. The throw's off the bag at first. Magnall's on again. This time, though, it'll be a base hit. It will not be an error. He reached on an error last time. So Magnall gets a base hit as a second batter here in the bottom of the third. Here's Austin Baldwin.
Number 6.
Did his job back in the first. Sacrifice fly, which brought home Trayson Russell at third and scored the first and only Beatrice run at the moment. Runner on first is Magnall. He is a stolen base machine. 11 or 12 this season already, including the one today. Will he take off? No, they check on him at first. He's back in there safely. It's always interesting in a pitcher that's a righty that faces his back towards first, how comfortable he feels with a guy that's as good as Magnall at stealing bases, and doesn't seem like he's comfortable right now. He checks twice on Magnall. Magnall's back in there safely twice. Here's the pitch. Fouled back towards the booth that we're in and over the head. 0-1 to Baldwin. Like I said, sacrifice fly, playing shortstop today. Had a great play earlier on at short. Fielded the ground ball and then threw off his back foot and made the play. It's not easy to do that. They check on Magnall for the third time in this at-bat. He's back in there safely. I'm sure Magnall's thinking, I'm still going to try to steal this base anyways, despite how many times you check on me. Here's the 0-1. He is taken off. Magnall, this one's cracked to center, and that's down. Magnall rounding second, going to third. As Carter Sunday at center has trouble fielding it, it's a base hit for Austin Baldwin. And rounding second and going to third is Magnall. And there's runners on the corners for Beatrice with only 1 out. It was trouble with the fielding the ball for Carter Sunday out in center. That's what allowed Magnall to round second and go to third.
The catcher, number 8.
Here's Noah Jobman. Grounded out to shortstop last time he was out back in the first, or last time he was up back in the first. He does have a runner on third base, though. That's Magnall, who is a speedster. See what Jobman can do here. Jobman is 1 home run away from the single-season record, by the way. Taking off and stealing second base. Standing up is Austin Baldwin. They were so focused on Magnall, they forgot about Baldwin, and Baldwin just ran in there and stole second. Didn't even have to slide. Now there's runners on second and third now for Beatrice. This is similar to the first inning. Here's the pitch. Down low. Ball 2. 2-0. Can Jobman bring home a couple runs here? 25 RBIs this season. Leads the team. Here's the 2-0. And just up high. Ball 3. A hitter's count for Jobman. But usually, at least is the trend in the MLB. When you get a 3-0 pitch, you don't typically swing at it unless it's perfect. Let's see if Jobman swings at this one. The 3-0, he does, but it's down low, and it's a 3-1. Great pitch by Johannes. 3 balls and a strike. 1 down in the bottom of the third. Runners on second and third for the Orangemen. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed again. That was actually foul tipped into the glove of Nolan Sweat. Johannes, if he can get through this, get through Jobman, that would be impressive. Just how good of a hitter Jobman has been this season. Especially being down at 3-0 in the count. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off by Jobman. Another breaking ball to the outside. Jobman, though, gets a piece of it. It's fouled away, and it's still full count. 1-0 Beatrice. Bottom of the third. 1 down. Magnol's on third. Baldwin on second. Here's the full count. And this one's cracked out into deep left field. Akil Mehta's got a read on it. Magnol tags and runs. Mehta will try the play at home. Won't get it there. Scoring on the sacrifice fly is Magnol. It's 2-0 Beatrice. Staying at second base is Baldwin. He didn't want to risk it. But Beatrice has a 2-0 lead now. Which the way that Cale Cook has been playing on the mound, that's what they want right now. Keep that lead. Something that they struggled to do a little bit, at least until the final innings of the game against Crete. It was 1-1 for a while there last night. Johannes, though, trying to get out of this inning as here's Trey Henning. Pitch down and away, and it's ball 1. Out. Johannes strikeouts in this game. 1-0. Johannes checking on Baldwin at second. That pitch down at the knees in there, strike 1. So Johannes has had a great season. He's a senior. He doesn't want his year to end here, but Beatrice looking to get home more runs here as the pitch is a curveball right in there. Strike 2. Johannes trying to get out of this inning, just allowing 1 run if you can. Henning at the plate. Hamilton is on deck. This would be almost a carbon copy as the first inning if there is a strikeout here. This one's popped up into right field. Down the foul line is John Schinzel, and he makes the catch in foul territory. And that'll end the inning. But Beatrice does bring home a run. Colin Magnol comes home off a sacrifice fly by Noah Jobman, which for Jobman, that is his 26th RBI of the season. 2-0 Beatrice leads it through 3. Top of the 4th. Coming up next on Queeby. Welcome back to this broadcast of Beatrice Baseball here on Queeby. It's 2-0 Beatrice leads it, heading into the 4th inning with Nick Johannes, the pitcher. Had to throw that inning and then comes up to lead off for the Mustangs of Omaha Christian. This game is brought to you by Ron's Body Shop in Beatrice, Bert's Carpet in Beatrice, Bob Moron, Steve Hovendick, John Guernsey, Mark Simonson, and John Deans at Edward Jones member FIPC, and Exmark, the leading brand of mowing equipment for the landscape professional.
The pitcher.
All right, so the pitcher, Johannes, comes up to lead things off, batting .233 this season with 10 hits, 6 RBIs. Leads off, though. Takes one in there for a strike on the inside corner by Cook. 2 strikeouts for Cook so far. Finished off the top of the 3rd with a strikeout on Ryan Stice. Thank you for joining us here on Queeby this afternoon. Pitch down and outside, 1-1. Always interesting when it's a midday game, especially on a Friday. I mean, it is close to the weekend, but it's still a school day. But it's a beautiful day for baseball. Can safely say that. That pitch up high, 2-1. Sunny. There are a few clouds in the sky, but no chance of rain. 2-1. Down and away, 3-1. A hitter's count here for Johannes. He does have 2 doubles and a triple this season, no homers. See if he can get on top of one here. Cook, the 3-1. Grounded to third. Picked up by Weichel. Throw to first. Troubled Walter a little bit over at first, but he still makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Great play over there by Weichel over at third base. Dakota Hughes comes up to bat now. I wanted to mention that Johannes did reach base back in the first, but he was the unfortunate player that had to deal with a fielder's choice off of a double play that ended up in an error. Dakota Hughes comes up after hitting a single off an error. There's a pitch in there for strike one to Hughes. Dakota Hughes is uncommitted to a college, but he's really good. Played travel ball in 2021. 0-1. Grounded to short. Picked up on a backhand by Baldwin. Rifles one over to first. And a high throw. Walter couldn't keep it in his glove. And that is going to be, that might be an error. Hughes has now reached base on 2 errors in this game. An error on the throw back in the first on a double play ball. And now an error on a play over at short by Baldwin. Baldwin has been good. He's been able to make those plays, but fortunately that time just threw it a little bit high, and Walter had to jump up for it and couldn't keep it in his glove. So there is a man on, 1 out. Coming up to bat here is John Primer. Grounded one right back to sender, right back to Cook, which was an unassisted play from the... Or excuse me, it was actually an unassisted play over at first base by Gage Walter. Ground ball down that right foul line, which ended the first. Does have a runner on board, fouls this one back, so it's 1-1. Primer, this season batting .225, 9 hits, 9 RBIs, has a runner on first, 14 walks, has been hit by a pitch 3 times. He has a ball and a strike with 1 out. Mustangs dugout, trying to get in the head of Cook, it seems. Pitches one just low for ball 2. Jimmy Moats is the one calling the balls and strikes today. Norris basketball coach Eric McMurray out in the field, used to coach basketball at Diller Odell. Ray Mansky out in the field as well. Those are the umps. Great pitch by Cook. Off speed, landed right in there. 2-2. On deck. And we'll come up to bat, unless there's a double play, is Carter Sunday. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. The pitch from Cook. Foul back. Keeps that bat alive. Yes. Primer, the DH. So, while Beatrice is up to bat, he sits in the dugout and keeps himself loose out there. 2-2, 1 down. 2-0 Beatrice lead. The pitch. Just outside, racks the count full, 3-2. And the Mustangs dugout, they're getting loud over there. They're yelling. They're trying to get in the head of Cook. See if Cook can get the punch out here. He can't. Pitches one outside. It's a full count walk. Drawn by John Primer. And there's 2 aboard with 1 down here for the Mustangs. And here comes a mound visit for Beatrice. We'll take this time to thank some of our sponsors. Beatrice Family Chiropractic, Dr. R.J. Crandall, Beatrice Community Hospital and Health Center, Lammo Plumbing, Holes Body Shop, Gleason Dental Clinic in Beatrice, and it all started with a beer. Custom Light Fixtures, South 4th Street, Beatrice. Thank you for joining us on Queeby this afternoon. It's supposed to get up into the mid-60s to the upper 60s, which is an incredible day of weather. It's sunny, not much wind. I mean, for an early May day in Nebraska with some of the weather we've got recently, this is paradise, it seems. Carter Sunday comes up to the plate. Grounded out to third base back in the second. He does have runners on first and second, though. Dakota Hughes at second, John Primer at first. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1, 1-0. So Cook still on the mound. Just trying to calm down out there at the moment. Ball and no strikes. The pitch. Down in the dirt, 2-0. This season, Carter Sunday does have 7 RBIs off of 13 hits, batting .277. Not a player in this lineup for the Mustangs is batting over .300. The pitch. That one just inside, but a strike. 2-1. Great pitch from Cook. Those pitches are nearly impossible to hit unless you want to pop one off the inside of the bat and make it an easy play for the infield. The 2-1, grounded straight over to first. Making the play at second, is Walter. It's a forced play at second. So Walter made the throw over to Baldwin at second, and so they get Primer out of a fielder's choice for the second out. Carter Sunday makes it to first base, and advancing to third is Dakota Hughes. So runners on the corners. Here comes Nolan Sweat up to the plate, 282 this season, 9 RBIs. Has a runner at third base at the moment. With Beatrice up 2-0, there are 2 outs, though. This is it was a back-to-back inning streak for Cook on a 1-2-3 inning. Not so much this inning. Mustangs have made it a little bit tougher on him as the first pitch up high, ball 1. No, a ball and a strike. A ball and no strikes. The pitch from Cook. Cracked down the left foul line. And for the sake of Magnol and Weichel, that is foul. It's 1-1. If any player, it seems, from either team hits one down the foul line, it's going to be a tough play out there for the right and left fielders. Could be extra bases if that is where it is hit. Omaha Christian this season, 84 RBIs. They're trying to make it 85 here, make it a 1-run game. That one's fouled back, and it's 1-2. So now Cook getting edged on by the crowd, trying to get out of this inning unscathed, leading runners on if he can. We would head to the bottom of the fourth with Beatrice up 2-0 if Cook can make it through this. Luke Hamilton would be leading off for the Orangemen. Cook plants his feet in the dirt. Winds up and delivers the 1-2, and that is just high, 2-2. And taking off and stealing second base is Carter Sunday. So for Sunday, that's his 7th stolen base of the season. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the fourth. The pitch down in the dirt. Full count. Could load the bases. Forgot to mention that Nolan Sweat is at the plate. He flew out to center field back in the second. It's a full count with Akil Mehta on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Can Cook make it out of this inning? 3-2. Cracked high up in the air. Out into left center. Magnol has a read on it. Makes the catch. And Cook makes it out of the inning unscathed. No runs allowed, despite runners on the corners, and Beatrice takes a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the fourth. Cook with great heroics out on the mound and great defensive plays. Beatrice up 2-0, heading to the bottom of the fourth with Luke Hamilton due up. All right, welcome back. I'm Kyle Mathas. This is the Queeby Facebook page, Beatrice Orangemen Baseball. I want to mention that for all of you watching right now, please, if there are any problems with the microphone, with the live stream, with the quality, please type in the chat. Let us know, and we will try to fix it as quick as possible. I'm glad to know for the moment that there have not been any problems yet, knocking on wood as we speak, hoping that this can be a smooth process so that we can get this game to you about as good as we can make it. And, I mean, it is pretty good so far. I mean, you can see the infield pretty well, and it's broadcasted as a radio game, so I'm glad we're able to bring this game to you. Jake Bartecki, if Beatrice can make it through this game to state, will be back broadcasting the state tournament. Right now I'm filling in for him, so it's good to be here, though. It is a beautiful day, and Beatrice is up 2-0. What can be better than that? This game is brought to you by Sunrise Bakery, Norris Public Power, Twin Rivers, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, West Court Street in Beatrice, Claybaugh Pharmacy and Gift Shop in Beatrice, and Diode Communications and Diode Technologies of Diller. Luke Hamilton leads off the DH and the second baseman. 2 positions here for Hamilton this afternoon. Johannes still out on the mound. 3 strikeouts so far in this game. Has given up a few hits, too. Takes a strike in there right at the knees, 0-1 to Hamilton, who grounded out to third base last time he was up in the second. The 0-1. That one just a tad outside, 1-1. Johannes, so far today, has given up 4 base hits, excuse me. 4 base hits so far given up by Johannes and 3 strikeouts. There's a pitch down low, 2-1. A few errors as well by the Mustangs infield. Got some on base too. There's a great pitch there, swing and a miss by Hamilton, and it's evened up at 2-2. Hamilton, Walter, as well as Reason, the 3 batters due up no matter what in this inning. There's a strikeout looking for Hamilton. And the 4th strikeout of the game for Johannes. Just got Hamilton looking there, and nothing much more Hamilton could do there. Great pitch, and Hamilton strikes out for the 16th time this season. Gage Walter reached on a single back in the 2nd as he pops one up in the infield. This will be an easy play for Cole Cheatham over at 2nd, and there's 2 down immediately here for Beatrice. So Hamilton down on strikes looking. Walter pop up in the infield to 2nd base. John Reason comes up to bat, struck out back in the 2nd inning.
Number 2, John Reason.
See if Reason can at least get on base and make this a little bit of a longer inning for Johannes. He's had a few long innings as that first pitch is down and away for a 1-0 count. The long innings for Johansson was the 1st and the 3rd, but he's cruising so far here in the 4th. Pitch outside again, down and away, 2-0. Johannes trying to attack the same position. Jimmy Moats making the same consistent call right there. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, Nolan Sweat. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The Mustangs have had a few more losses this season. That pitch in there at the knees, 2-2 with 2 outs. They lost to Bennington, Lincoln Christian, Omaha Central, Seward, Westview, and Waverly. Most recently Waverly in the last game of the season, yet they beat South Sioux City 9-3 yesterday. The 2-2. Oh, did that hit him? I think that did. So Reason gets hit by a pitch for Reason. That is, hasn't been hit by a pitch. It's his first time hit by a pitch this season, I believe.
Now batting.
And he makes it to first base.
4,
So Ty Weichel comes up to bat. Walked in the 2nd last time he was up. And as a runner on first base, it's Reason. See if Reason takes off, tries to put himself in scoring position as the first pitch down and in the dirt, 1-0. So a ball and no strikes, 2 down. This is the bottom of the 4th. Beatrice up 2-0 over the Mustangs. Omaha Christian. 1-0. Wow, what a pitch. Right at the knees there. If there was if this was a TV broadcast and there was a box there on TV, that would have been right on the bottom line of that box. About as low as you can get without it being a ball. Here's the 1-1. They check over at first on Reason. He's back in there safely. Beatrice with a close, hard-fought 3-2 win last night over Crete. Pitch, wow, another one right at the knees. Bottom edge of the strike zone, 1-2 to Weichel with Cale Cook, the pitcher, on deck. The ball and 2 strikes. Johannes looks at the infield, takes a look back, fires one. That's in there for strike 3. Weichel goes down looking with a strikeout. 5th of the game for Nick Johannes. 2 strikeouts in this inning. We head to the 5th. Beatrice trying to keep a 2-0 lead and make it to the state tournament. We'll be back after this.